When you see everybody getting done, I no go lose faith. As I dey hustle every day, I know they look face. Cause I know say one day I go
My guy, my brother, my blood. E no get wetin fall from sky, we ground no fit carry. We have been through a lot, and we still stand strong. If you remember, together we overcame monsters, battled the darkness, and even survived loss. But we became unbreakable, unstoppable. So guy, shake off the bad vibe. Face the world with your full chest. Because this life, forget, you and me, now we go run out.
That is for Deen al-Islam, religion with Allah since time began. That is for dhikr, remembering Allah, and Ra is for the month of Ramadan. Oh, Ramadan. That is for zakah, to cure our greed, when we give our money to those in need. That is for salamun alaykum, peace be with you, wa alaykum assalam.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear viewers at home, fellow compatriots, fellow Muslims, I greet you in the most meritorious greeting, which is compatible with every time and clime that man shall continue to be finding himself by saying, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, meaning, may Allah's choices, peace and blessings be upon you. After we have sought Allah's refuge from our cursed Satan, we begin in the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. The topic of our discussion this morning is WAQF, meaning and benefits. Well, WAQF is a financial instrument in Islam meant for public finance, and of course, it is based on 4 historical events in the Muslim history. First is the building of the mosque at Kuba when the Prophet ﷺ left Mecca on his hijrah to Medina. On his way, a Friday met him, and the first Friday the Jumat to be had happened at Kuba. A mosque was established there. The land and every other thing, the land upon which the mosque was erected was a waqf, and so is all the material that were used there. Equally, one of our 4 bears in this religion of Al-Islam, Sayyidina Uthman, the 3rd Caliph, happened to be the one who Allah used to provide water by buying the well called Ruma that belongs to a Jew for the purpose of the use by the Muslims for their day-to-day activities, for drinking and house chores, as well as even for watering their fields. So that is another one. And that well is still there till today, providing water, and equally the proceed that has been generated from that well has been used for so many things, for the production of Quran for public use, for some other things like that, among many things that could be said. Then equally, one of the companions of the Prophet, Tolia, radiallahu anhu, was advised by the Prophet, and therefore he gave his garden for the public use. And Waqf therefore means endowing part of our properties or estates or belongings to Allah for the use of the public. So, and equally, The second Caliph of Islam, Umar radiallahu anhu, donated or endowed his land at Khaybar for the public use, and they are still there serving the purpose until now, and they will continue to be so until as long as Allah wants it to be. Therefore, WAQF is a religious and legal provision, and in English we are restricted not to be using endowment or trust, although that does not cover the extent of a WAQF in Islam. But however, we are restricted to be using these two terminologies, in which case it is a way of redistributing the wealth of the nation, the wealth that Allah has given to us, because human beings are not equally endowed in terms of wealth, in terms of intelligence, and so on and so forth. And so Allah has made the provision of zakat, waqf, and others to redistribute the wealth in the nation so that everybody will have the minimum things to survive on the surface of the earth.
When you see everybody getting time, I no go lose faith. As I dey hustle every day, I know they look face. Cause I know say one day I go
My guy, my brother, my blood. E no get wetin fall from sky, we ground no fit carry. We have been through a lot, and we still stand strong.
Cause I know say one day
If you remember, together we overcame monsters,
yes, I know say one day
battled the darkness, and even survived loss. But we became unbreakable, unstoppable. So guy, shake off the bad vibe. Face the world with your full chest. Because this life, forget, you and me, now we go run out.
Having said that, there are conditions that guarantee the validity of WAQF in Islam. Number one is that something to be endowed, the object or the subject of the endowment must be halal. The person that is to endow must be adult, free, and must endow out of free will. It must not be coerced or forced to endow. It must be out of his own accord. So that is another very important thing that we have to note. And of course, the moment the asset must be transferable, and the moment that is done, it is no longer transferable. The ownership has shifted from the person who endowed it to the new owner, who is now Allah, and the administrators of WAQF are now holding it in trust for Allah, for the public use, for the public assessment, and for the public engagement. So it is no longer belonging to the person but to Allah, and those who are administering it are doing so as a trust for Allah. So these are some of the things. The person must be sane, must be matured, must not be coerced or forced to do so, and must know that once that is done, you cannot reclaim it again. So it belongs perpetually to Allah and Allah alone, and must be used for the purpose of giving so-called welfare solace to the masses. So that is some of the conditions that has to be taken care of. Now, the properties, we have a lot of properties around that people could endow. Abandoned properties all over the places, farmland that are fallow and are not being used. All these can be endowed for the public use, for the interest of the public. And equally, we have a lot of people having cars and so on and so forth. And these cars are just being parked. They are not useful. Why not give it to WAQF to operate it? Maybe as cap. and generate income from it and use it for the interest of the public to finance the orphans, the widows, the needy, and suffering debtors, and so on and so forth. Those who are dropping out of school because they could not get money to finance their education. So all of these are what we can use WAQF for. What are now the benefits? If we make money available through WAQF, so we can train our youth who are constituting nuisance, the miscreants around us, we can train them. We can train them in terms of vocation. We can give them a meaningful life by sending them to school and so on and so forth. And we can equally provide schools. We can provide public utilities like public baths, roads, libraries, hospitals, recreation centers, job, and so on and so forth. And where that is done, definitely there will be peace, there will be love, there will be affection, there will be job, and people will be engaged. Youths who are vulnerable and who could have constituted nuisance to the society will be trained, given education or vocational training, so that they are engaged, and so that Satan will not engage their hand for destructive purpose, and the society will be better for it. So in any society where this is done, definitely there will be peace, and so on and so forth. For in Islamic State of York, education is free from nursery to primary school, thanks to WAQF and other Islamic finance models like Zakat and others. So we provide them education free. They get books, get wares, get footwears, and so on and so forth free. And so where everybody is educated, the society is better and peaceful for it. So because of time, this is the convenient point for us to stop. But for further information and inquiries, you may contact us at our headquarters at the Zakat and Sadakat WAQF Foundation, suite number 12, Tafawa Balewa Square Complex, East Pavilion, opposite Ministry of Defense Annex, Lagos Island. Our telephone number is 0803-538-2911. Once again, you can contact us at suite number 12, Tafawa Balewa Square, East Pavilion, opposite Ministry of Defense Annex, Lagos Island. Our telephone number once again is 0803-538-2911. Wabillahi tawfiq wal hidayah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Ovieme.
Oh, I wish you were here.
I'm always with you.
But it's not the same without you.
Don't be that.
MTN 5G's amazing technology will change how we experience life and the internet. Get ready to encounter the incredible, and remember, no be juju, na MTN 5G.
Deen al-Islam, religion with Allah since time began. That is for dhikr, remembering Allah, and Ra is for the month of Ramadan. Oh, Ramadan. That is for zakah, to cure our greed, when we give our money to those in need. That is for salamun alaykum, peace be with you, wa alaykum salam.